The marketplace woke up before the sun. Shopkeepers lifted metal shutters. Tea boiled in blackened kettles. Grains spilled on the ground as sacks were dragged across the stone floor. And with the morning came the birds. Pigeons landed first, confident, noisy, and certain of attention. People threw handfuls of grains for them without even looking. A peacock sometimes walked through the far end of the market. Phones came out. Children pointed. People smiled. Parrots sat on shoulders and drew laughter. Above all of this, on a rusted signboard with half its letters missing, lived a small brown sparrow. No bright colors, no loud voice, no crowd followed her. She had learned long ago not to wait for anyone. Every morning, she watched the larger birds eat freely. When the crowd thinned and the noise softened, she came down quietly, collecting what remained, not because she was weak, because she was used to being overlooked. Years had taught her something the others never needed to learn: how to survive without applause. One afternoon, the sky changed without warning. The air became heavy. Banners began to shake. Dust rose from the ground. People looked up too late. A sudden storm crashed into the marketplace. Cloth roofs stalls fell. Metal boards flew like blades. The pigeons flapped wildly, crashing into one another. The peacock screamed, unable to fly fast enough. The parrots panicked, their noise louder than their sense. Fear erased their strength. The sparrow did not panic. She had seen storms before, not just in the sky, but in life too. She knew the old signboard was anchored deep into the wall. She knew the narrow space behind it stayed dry. She knew when to move and when to wait. She flew low, calling sharply, not loudly, but clearly. One by one, confused birds followed her instinct. They crowded behind the signboard, wings pressed tight, hearts racing. The storm raged, but the signboard held. Minutes passed, then silence. After the storm, the market was broken, cranes washed away, stalls destroyed. People slowly returned, counting losses. The birds flew out, alive. They shook their wings and left. No one looked up at the signboard. No one noticed the sparrow. She returned to her place about the market, feathers wet, body tired. Nothing had changed, and yet everything had. So dear friends, not everyone who matters will be noticed. Not everyone who saves lives will be celebrated. Not everyone who carries strength will look powerful. Some people live their entire lives like that sparrow, doing the right thing, showing up, staying strong without anyone clapping. And slowly, a question grows inside them. Do I even matter? Let me tell you something clearly. The world survives not because of those who shine, but because of those who endure. You may feel invisible today, unappreciated at work, ignored in relationships, unseen in your efforts, but invisibility is not uselessness. It's training. It teaches patience. It builds depth. It prepares you for storms that applause never prepares you for. When chaos arrives, and it always does, the world doesn't look for the loudest voice. It looks for the calmest mind. And often that belongs to someone who was never noticed. So, if you are waiting for recognition, keep going anyway. If no one is clapping, build your strength in silence, because one day, when the storm hits, people won't remember who looked impressive. They will remember who helped them survive. And even if they don't, you will know who you are. Thanks for listening. If you think someone needs to hear this today, please do share.